Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha, aka the Lioness. I am a psychic empath and channeler, and I read tarot intuitively. This video will be about your soul mission. So, why your soul chose to incarnate in this lifetime, or why your soul was sent here. What we're going to do is you're going to pick which group you feel most drawn to, one being wisdom, two being do it now, three being inspiration, and four being the unknown. And I'm going to start off with a channeled message for each group that I have written down. And it's from your higher self and angels and anything else I picked up while channeling. So we will go over that, and then we will dive into your cards and get further information about your soul mission. So pick a group that you feel drawn to, and the timestamps will be below. So let's move on to group number one. Hi, group number one. Welcome to your soul mission. So if you chose group number one, you chose wisdom. Sorry, the light is aligning it. And this card says, everything has a place and a purpose. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for all things. And then, so we're going to get into your channeled message. I wrote all the messages down for each group. So for group number one, when it comes to your soul mission, these are channeled messages from your higher self, your angels, your guides, and then anything else that I picked up on. So you guys are considered the keepers, they told me. We came here, we as in your higher self and you, your physical body, your soul. We came here to be nurturers to people in need. Warmth and healing is within you. You are a healer. You probably have somebody in your life who looks up to you. Someone who is either family or someone you consider family. Whether you know the gravity of the effect you have on this person or not, now you know. You just being you is enough to elevate this person in particular. I wrote down that I was getting a strong sibling vibe. So somebody that is like a sibling, or like like an older brother, younger brother type dynamic. Could be older sister or younger sister. Keep being you and don't let this 3D world pull you away from the depths of your soul that brings so much light and healing to the people around you. Stay true. And you also, one of your big lessons in this lifetime is to learn to let go. And learning to let go of just detachment. Learning not to hold on to things, people. That's a big lesson that I channeled for group number one. So let's get into your cards. So for your tarot, you have the Page of Swords. I'm trying to get away so it's like there. Page of Swords. The Four of Swords. King of Cups. For Oracle, Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Authority. Light. And equilibrium. So I'm going to, for these cards, the explanation in the book is like really the only way to get the message across. So I'm going to read that quickly to kind of set off this reading. So 50. My gift to you. I bring you a vision of a new world where peace, harmony, and collaboration prevail. In you, I see a potential for inner peace and a gift for bringing equilibrium and balance to any group of which you're a part. To ignite these gifts, you must first be willing to put all of your hidden agendas on the table. Own and take responsibility for your ulterior motives, and your self-trust will grow. With self-trust, you can create the safe space necessary for others to face and embrace their own shadows. This is how to co-create a truly peaceful world. There is a self-organizing intelligence that naturally arises when people are empowered to be who they are and are encouraged to contribute passionately to the ever-evolving whole. Remember to be playful. What's the point of a new world if we can't enjoy it? Wow. Whew, okay, I'm just trying to tune into your energy here. You are somebody, like I channeled, somebody that people look up to. I don't know what your position is in your environment. I don't know if you are like a leader of your household or if you work in an environment where you are a leader, but you are like a father figure, whether you're a father or not. You're what a father is supposed to be like. Um, I don't know why I'm saying father as if I'm talking to a guy. Um, this could refer to a mother as well. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of even if you're a female, this is masculine energy. So you might embody a masculine, like have masculine energy and really be in touch with that side of yourself. You might be like a single mother household or just have a lot of masculine traits to you and your personality. So this could go either way. Um, you just being you, like we talked about in your channeled message, help people to recognize their own authority. You came here to learn. It's like your life wasn't easy. Your life wasn't easy. And at one point, you might have even been considered a follower. You might have been seen or saw yourself as like a follower. And you kind of didn't know who you were at one point. And that's a big part of why you're here. To know who your soul truly is, to know who you truly are, um, where you truly come from, that you're a light and that you come from light, that you are not the dark places that you've been, and that you are not alone. You have not been alone, and you have a lot of support. And even if you feel like you're always having to be the bigger person, you're always having to be the leader, and you never feel like there's anybody to lead you. You never felt like you had the guidance and the leadership that you needed. And that's because you were meant to lead. A leader, a true leader, somebody who's meant to be a leader, they will, throughout their younger years, they will find that they try to adjust to the norms, like kind of like fit in. They try to fit in even though they don't. Um, and it's constantly getting into like it. You might have had a lot of different like identities in your life. Like you might have found yourself with different groups of people, and it's like, nah, I don't fit in here. I don't fit in here either. Like it's like you're trying to fit in, but you're not meant to. And that's the thing. It's like you carry a light of your own that is different, and you're guiding. I just see you working with children who come from uh like tough circumstances, um and it's like you just being like the big brother or being the father figure or the mother figure that they never had, the nurturing figure they never had, somebody who shows that they care. You just being that for them is like you don't even understand how much that changes them, how much that affects them. And that's the beauty of it. It's like you're humble about it. You're not gloating. You don't gloat about all that you do and gloating about how much you help people, but you're a guide. And it's only because of your experiences here that you were able to be that. And your soul came here to be a guide because you will be a guide when you cross over. Um, so you had to learn in this life how to guide yourself, how to let spirit guide you, how to let God guide you, um, so that you can be a guide yourself. It's like training. Like this life was training for you for heaven, for your job in heaven. That's very beautiful. I'm trying to see what else I'm picking up on here. you're a very strong person. Like I said, you've been through a lot and you have had to break free from a lot of social norms and a lot of what your environment was. Getting sucked into things, get sucked into groups that just didn't serve you, sucked into patterns that just didn't serve you. And now you're in a place where you're like, I don't need anybody. I don't need validation from people. I don't need anyone that doesn't respect me and respect that I'm my own person and that I don't have to do what you do to, be accepted. I don't care to be accepted. I just care to make a difference. I just want to help people who are like me, who might get sucked into a certain lifestyle. Like, I don't want you to get sucked into a certain lifestyle. I'm trying to help these kids that were me when I was younger and I got sucked into this certain lifestyle that was not good for me, that could have ended my life, could have cut my life short, or could have, for so many people, affects them and puts them away, or, it's either jail or death. It's like, I feel like you help kids that are like troubled, that come from troubled households, that come from poverty, that just don't have a lot, and it's all because you've been there and you're out of it now, but you still, it's like you see yourself in these children. If you don't work with children yet, I feel like you will. I have such a strong feeling that you will, or affect children in some way. Even if you have children of your own at some point, you're going to have a very big effect on them, and you're going to teach a lot of life lessons. You are street smart. You're street smart. That's something no school, no college, no degree can teach you. You know things no degree can teach you. And that is going to be so important to share with your children, because they won't have to deal with what you did. They have somebody who's been through it, who they can learn from you and your mistakes. It's like you went through all of that so that your children don't have to. So your soul mission, it was to learn lessons, the first half of your life. Lessons in being a leader, lessons in being a guide. The next half of your life is actually being a leader and being a guide, for people who are like you, who grew up like you. It's extremely beautiful. All right, group number 1, that is your soul mission. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave comments below if this resonated. I'll leave my info down below for personal readings. So I will move on to group number 2. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your soul mission. So if you chose number 2, you chose Do It Now. And what Do It Now says is, don't put it off any longer. Have courage. Listen to your intuition, for it is guiding the voice of your soul. Let's move on to your channeled message. So this is from your higher self, your angels, your guides, and anything else that I picked up on. So group number 2 is considered the light. Your bright smile and joyful, optimistic attitude drives some people crazy who aren't able to see the light within themselves. You've probably had people tell you or ask you, why are you always so happy? You never really have an answer. It's just within you. That's because your mission is to remind others of the beauty of life. That includes the painful times, just as much as the happy times. You put on your happy face every time you leave your own company to go out into the world, because you don't want to put your problems on anybody else. You want others to feel joyful and optimistic. So even when things are falling apart for you, nobody would ever know. You see things from a higher perspective. You see the beauty in the lessons, even the hard ones. A true warrior who allows the heart to feel, because you are wise enough to know that pain is temporary, and it turns into a beautiful new way of seeing the world every time. You also might be drawn to the ocean. Your energy, when I was pulling the cards and when I was channeling your message, I can't explain the euphoria that I felt with your energy. Your energy is so beautiful. This group, I feel like you attract a lot of energy vampires. You attract a lot of narcissists. You've been through. Let me show you your tarot. You got the 10 of Wands, which is burden, the 6 of Swords, transition, change, and the 5 of Swords, which is loss, mental conflict. I was very surprised when I saw these, but it actually made a lot of sense. You guys I feel, are very strong empaths. And that's why you're so kind. That's why you are so conscious of how you present yourself to the world and how you show up when it comes to your friends, your family, just in public. You're conscious of how you show up because you know how it affects you when people show up with their negativity or with their issues. So you make it a thing not to put your burden on others. And at times I feel like you feel alone because it's like people get so used to you not sharing yourself, sharing your issues, that they feel you don't have any. And that's obviously far from the truth. So it's like when you do have issues, you keep it to yourself. And you also got, so let's get into the rest of your cards. You got solitude, which I feel plays into that. You spend a lot of time alone. You need a lot of time to recharge, because you are an empath. You are sensitive. You pick up other people's crap, and so you spend a lot of time alone. You meditate a lot. You really need that time for yourself. You also got third eye chakra. So this group, I feel like you are light workers. I feel like you are psychics. You are very in touch with the divine, and you see things clearly. You are able to pick up on other people's emotions. You might even be a medium. You also got play, and this played in very well. No pun intended. This says have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious, because because you pick up on so many people's crap. It's like sometimes you feel so burdened. The 10 of Wands, burden. You feel so burdened that it's like you just don't, you get like, it affects you very deeply. And your purpose here is to be able to learn to use your gifts productively and be able to shield yourself so that you're able to pull from within and not pulling from others. To learn how to deal with being sensitive and learning self-love, self-care, knowing when you need time for yourself, when you need solitude. It's for people like us, it's very important to listen to yourself, listen to your body, listen to when you need a break. You can't be always giving. You need to also receive. It's important. It's like all about balance for you. And I feel like you came here to learn that. So you also got freedom. So I'm gonna read the book for this card because the books always give a better explanation. So I come to tell you that the freedom you seek has nothing to do with what you do, what you understand, or how you feel. It has to do with the attitude you embrace, no matter what is happening within or around you. Can you live your life without over relying on outer paths, systems, and structures to keep you safe? Can you fully feel whatever you're feeling without getting lost in drama or the stories of the mind? Can you experience a longing without rushing to meet it or escape it? Can you find peace during painful moments? Can you embrace not knowing? Can you simply be? Freedom is yours the moment you give up the thought that someone else is responsible for your life or that you are separate from life. Practice transparency and radical self-acceptance and you will discover your magnificence. Literally what we just talked about. I just see somebody who's very sensitive, and it's like it scares them. It scares you. It's like you don't know what the day is going to hold when you leave your house. You don't know what you're going to pick up on. And it's like you're scared of your gifts. There's a part of you that's very scared of your gifts. And it's going to, the point here is to trust. Trust the divine, trust spirit, trust yourself. When you feel you need time, you shut your phone off. Those friends that hit you up that need advice all the time, shut your phone off. Don't answer their call for a day. Just be like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Like, just you put yourself first. That's what you need to. You need to put yourself first. And this is going to be one of your biggest lessons in life, is knowing what self-love and self-care is. Don't put it off any longer. Listen to your intuition. So when you learn this self-love and this self-care, when you feel confident in it, when you feel confident in your gifts and your intuition, and you are able to shield and you're able to block out and use discernment of when to tap into your gifts, like, it's, you're going to feel a sense of freedom. You're going to feel free from the binds. You're going to allow, it's like you're scared of feeling. You're scared of feeling things. You're scared of seeing things. Once you let that go, once you clear that, you will feel so free, and you will be accepting of who you are, and you will trust that the divine and spirit are not trying to hurt you. They have a purpose for you with these gifts, and you were meant to tap into them for a reason. And it's not meant to scare you, and there's no reason to be scared. You're safe. You're spiritually protected. And you just need to know that. And so I feel like you need to open your mouth. I feel like you hold things in. You don't speak up. Like, even if it's by just the spirit, like, to pray. Like, there's power in praying. There's power in speaking what it is that's bothering you, what it is you need. Speak up. Speak up to spirit, and they will help you. I used to have panic attacks every day for a year. It literally became my normal. I just accepted the fact that I would always have this, I would always panic. I would always live in fear. And so one day I was like, why am I dealing with this? Why am I not doing something about this? Why am I letting myself panic every day about nothing? So I spoke up. I was like, I had enough. God, please help me. Help me to release this panic. I'm tired of it. I don't want to live in fear anymore. 2 days of prayer, of praying about it. And I have not had a panic attack since. I spent a whole year having panic attacks. Finally got sick of it and was like, all right, enough is enough. I'm going to pray about this. I'm determined to not have panic attacks anymore. 2 days of praying about it. Haven't had one since. So there's power in prayer. There's power in your words. And I feel like you also are meant to speak up to others. I feel like you have to set strong boundaries with people. There are people who may take advantage of you and your empath abilities, not knowing it. Like, your friends might not mean to, but they drain your energy. And it's like, sometimes you got to be like, I can't talk to you today. I need me time, you know? So I feel like you're getting to a point where you're going to be able to do that. It takes maturity. It takes being fed up with living how you've been living and allowing people to suck you dry. So it's going to be about you empowering yourself and finding your own power to be able to use your gifts in the way you're meant to. And you will. You absolutely will. I feel like you are like a younger soul. I feel like you're just kind of coming into these gifts or accepting them. So I do feel you will accomplish this. It's just going to take you some time. But just know you are spiritually protected and there's no reason to fear. So group number 2, that's your soul mission. And I hope that helped. Let me know in the comments if it resonated. I'll leave my info down below for personal readings. And I'm going to move on to group number 3. Group number 3, welcome to your soul mission. So if you chose number 3, you chose inspiration. And what inspiration says is a new idea comes to you like a gentle whisper inside your heart. Listen and take action. This is inspiration from high above. So let's get into your channeled message from your higher self and your angels, and also whatever else came up for me. So, number 3, you guys are considered the powerhouse. Your life since you were very young has toughened you in ways that make you untouchable. Your confidence unshakable. A leader in everything you do. Your essence is like a bird feeder. It attracts. You stand tall in your convictions. You might be an earth sign. If not, you exemplify the earth sign's stability. Mental strength and spiritual strength go hand in hand. You have mastered them. I see you as a warrior, with scars and bruises all over your body. Your outside appears to be wounded, but internally you are hard as a rock, deflecting anything and anyone that does not align with your truth and purpose. You've been in the depths of the darkest crevices, but still you rise, to show others that they can rise too. You lead by example. Keep it up. Your mission is revolutionary. And I picked up that some of you, not all of you, obviously, but might have struggled with addiction or some sort of addictive behavior or mental illness at some point in your life. So for your cards, you got the 7 of Pentacles, which reminds me of growth. The 2 of Swords, which is not seeing things clearly, not knowing which way to go, being stuck. And then the King of Pentacles, which is being in a place of stability, having everything you desire, being in a place of where you have grown and now you have everything after the struggles, after releasing, after all the pain. You're in a place of abundance. And the King of Pentacles also represents the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So if you are an earth sign, this is confirmation. If you're not, then you just exemplify this earth sign energy. And then for your oracle cards, you got the Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising, and you are the oracle. You got Crown Chakra. And you got Disruption, which is the Tower. And then for this card, you got Insight. And for this card, I want to read from the book, because the book has a better explanation. It says, I am here to invite out the rebel in you, the poet, the lover, the mad scientist, the revolutionary. Stop. I did not look at these. Oh, shit. That's crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got validated, okay? There is something only you can do. Something your entire life has prepared you for. Yo, I literally said all of this. Yo, that's crazy. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me get back to it. It is time to take a risk, to shake up the system. You may make waves. That's okay. Whatever you do, stop listening to the status quo. This is not about venting or blaming. This is about being creative and being open to love. You don't have to know where exactly you're headed or why in order to trust your inner voice. As you courageously forge a new pathway, don't be surprised if your timing gets better and breakthrough insights come your way. Dare to be who you are, and you will ignite the creative rebel in others wherever you go. So, group number 3. Wow. So you got inspiration because you are an inspiration. You're meant to be an inspiration to others. There's something you've been through. There's something you know. There's something you hold that is going to change the world, or is going to change the direction of something. Even if it's changing just one person, that person might be the one that changes a million people's lives. You know, it's like there's something in you that's going to change something very drastically. That's why you got the tower here. You are a tower moment. Like, you walk into a room and it's like you change the whole vibe. Like, you have so much power in your presence. You might be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sag. I'm also hearing Taurus. Um, you have some divine wisdom. I feel like you are like a guru or somebody that just knows a lot about something or a lot of things. Like, you just know a lot. Crown chakra. Um, that's where your divine knowledge is kept. Your vibration is on a higher plane, and it's like you are the oracle, you are the change, you are the tower, you are the table. Like, you don't bring anything to the table, you are the table, you're the whole thing. You are changing people. Like, you have the power to change people in any way you desire. And it's like people with your power can change people in a bad way or can change people in a good way. But obviously, I'm sure you want to change people in a good way. And it's just important to be conscious of how you project your message, how you choose your words wisely. Um, yeah, because you have a lot of power in your words, in the way you carry yourself, in the way you project yourself. You have that gift of just changing somebody's perspective. You might not even be like, when people think of a leader, they think of somebody who's loud. I don't feel that. I feel like a lot of leaders don't use their mouth a lot. When they do speak, though, it speaks volumes. When they do speak, people listen. But that doesn't mean they're the loudest in the room. Their presence is the loudest in the room. Their energy speaks louder than their words. Like, their vibe speaks louder, you know? Like, there could be somebody sitting next to you who just won't shut up, but still people are waiting for you to talk because your presence is already speaking. And they want that person to shut up too. Like, they're just speaking like they know what they're talking about, but they don't. And you're sitting there just like, okay. um so your soul mission, revolution. You have something that this world needs. Whether it's a song, whether it's a poem, a book, a TV show, whether it's a food, a recipe, it could be anything. Something you possess is going to change somebody's life, or a bunch of people's lives. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many people you affect. Changing one person's life could change the course of the whole universe. Like, that person could be that person that changes a billion people's lives. Like, you know what I mean? So, and their inspiration came from you. So, it's crazy. It's like you're a lone wolf. You're a lone wolf. I'm seeing a wolf leading a pack. You don't even like advertise what you're doing. People just, they just know you got something. People know that you are going to be something. Um and it's like you've been at time, you know how to be alone. And you were in those times because you needed to know how to be alone, because you're traveling this life possibly mostly by yourself. You're having to trust yourself. You don't have anybody else to look to, because what you have to offer the world, what your mission is something you've never seen. It's something a lot of people have never seen. So it's something that's only within you. Um, and that's very powerful. You have a very powerful mission here. And yeah, I feel like you know that though. I feel like this is just confirmation for you. And you got so much validation with the the card and what I channeled. That's crazy. So you guys are the powerhouse. You are the walking tower. You change things when you walk into a room, when you put out a new song, when you put out a new blog. You're changing somebody's perspective. You're giving them a change of perspective in a positive way. So group number 3, that's your soul mission reading. I would love to hear your comments and let me know if this resonates. I'll leave my info below if you want a personal reading, and I'm going to move on to group number 4. Hi, group number 4. Welcome to your soul mission. If you chose number 4, you chose the unknown. And the unknown says, do not fear the unknown. This is a time of deep exploration and transformation. Unfamiliar territory leads to new horizons. Let me get into your channel message. And this channel message is from your higher self, angels and guides, and whatever else I picked up. So, number 4, you guys are considered the earth angels. You are an ascended soul already. You were sent here at this exact time for a very specific purpose. You are one of the souls that are here to assist in bringing in the new age. Your energy is very rare because you might even be an ascended master or higher up in the 5D. You are an angel, and I'm hearing starseed. You have not been incarnated in a long time, but your purpose is needed right now. Your light and rare divine wisdom is needed right now. You are not alone, even when you feel you are. You've spent your life struggling to find your place, but that is because you are not of this world. You bring God and the divine into this 3D world. Don't try to assimilate. Your true self is needed as you are. Blessed be. We are always supporting you. Remember who you are, and that purpose is what matters. Let yourself enjoy the finer things in life as well. I'm getting chills. I didn't look at your cards at all until just now. I channeled that message earlier. Your oracle card, birthing a new age. Birthing a new age. What I just said. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. You guys were sent here. There's going to be a very small percentage of people that pick this group. You guys were sent here as, I'm seeing like little elves, like just putting together here in a physical body, helping with this new age, helping with the times right now, helping to change the world in the way that it's meant to go. And it's like you have the angels and God who are working in up there that we can't physically see, that are working on tying the threads together in bringing in this new age. You guys are in physical bodies doing that. You're here for a very specific purpose. A starseed brought here for a very specific purpose. So for your tarot, you got 2 of Pentacles. So balancing 2 or more initiatives. I feel like you're very busy. Your work, whatever you do for a living, it's spiritual, I feel, or has some sort of spiritual aspect to it. I'm seeing a hospital. I'm seeing like a religious person. So you might be like a priest or a pastor or a rabbi, something like that. Queen of Cups, psychic. You might also be like a Pisces, I'm seeing. You're very psychic, you're very intuitive. 7 of Swords. You are very different, very unique. You might even be an Aquarius as well. You're very, very unique, and you have a very small circle around you because a lot of people you're just so different. Your energy is so different that people just don't know how to take you. They don't know that you're just not like everybody else, if that makes sense. There's nothing wrong with being different and unique. You are who you are. And I do feel you've tried in the past to assimilate to this 3D world, but you're like, nah, it ain't working. Like, I'm not assimilating, so I'm just not going to anymore. And you've attracted your soul tribe. You've attracted people who are like you or who have purposes similar to yours. So that's going to be your tribe, your soul family. Firm foundation. And power in reverse. I was going to flip this over because I usually don't do reversals unless it's like intended or I feel it's intended. And this time I feel it's intended. What I'm feeling is you are showing power, but behind the scenes is what I'm feeling. It's like people don't, you might, I feel like people don't really know what you do. It's like what you do is just so behind the scenes, or it's like you know things that other people don't know, or you're very silent in what you do. Like that's what I feel, or like your influence is silent, or you don't even need to exude power to have influence, something like that. And then you got discernment. And I'm going to read from the book for this one, the number 13. I am here to wake you up. Where are you repeating the same mistakes? Where are you refusing to listen and accept the consequences of your heart's truth? You will be surprised at how courageous you are. Okay, that's why the power's in reverse. Once you begin to be honest with yourself, it is time to start listening to yourself and to others. Learn the art of discernment. Listen beneath the words. Listen for the deeper desires, the emotional agenda, and the underlying tone. Listen beyond your own individual story. There is a grand mythic human drama playing out in your life and all around you. We are all a part of it. We all have our version of the underworld. We all carry the wand of the wizard, the sword of the warrior, and the potential for a happy ending. As you begin to see the mythic quality of your own rich human life, your optimism will grow right along with your empathy, compassion, and heroic potential. You are not alone. I am here. Okay. So this also might be about you feeling powerless and feeling like you don't have a voice. You're scared of opening up. You're scared of sharing your voice. It's like you're meant to. Your deepest fears are the key to your purpose. Your voice matters, especially yours. It's like I feel like you're scared because it's different. You've never heard it before. You've never seen it before. You just don't know how people are going to respond to what you have to say. And it's like there's no reason to fear because this is your purpose, and you know it is. It's you fear your own power. You fear how powerful you are. And it's like you don't come off as what people would consider powerful. You're powerful in the fact that you have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of divine knowledge, and you have a lot to share, and you have a lot of love and compassion to give. You also might have sold yourself short and or been through things that have caused you to walk away from being emotional, walk away from opening your heart, and you close yourself off. You close yourself off to your gifts. You close yourself off to your heart because you were fearful of loving too hard, of being too emotional, of getting too attached. You fear the unknown. You are scared of what if. You're scared of how. You have anxiety. And focus on the present and focus on what you do have control over. And empower yourself. Everybody else speaks. Why can't you? You know, it's like you're allowed to speak too. Everybody else shares their opinions, and their opinions aren't even, valid. You got knowledge and opinions, facts that are valid, that are from God. You should share that. You should not be scared to share that. Like, just because other people might berate you or not understand where you're coming from, there are going to be people who do. And it's not about being accepted. It's about standing out. It's about speaking up, being a leader, being in your power. I'm turning this right side up. Being in your power and knowing who you are, knowing where you come from. You are very special. You are not of this world. And that's why it scares you. That's why people scare you. The 3D people scare you because it's like they seem like like the underworld. This seems like the underworld to you. And sometimes it is. But you're here to change that. You're here to add some light, some love, some compassion. You're adding the divine to the world, to the 3D world. You're adding God to this world. And it's just so important for you to be strong in your convictions. I'm if you are also drawn to group 3, I'm going to actually advise you to watch that one, not necessarily because it's you, but it can be you, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like you can get some inspiration and some empowerment from group 3. So I'm going to advise you to watch that group as well. I'm being drawn to say that to whoever feels drawn to watch 3 as well. But you might even be self-destructive. You might even have a lower self-esteem and not feel good about yourself. But it's like, I feel like Spirit's kind of giving you a wake-up call here. Like, they're like, yo, like, you're here for a really big purpose, and you're not doing what you need to do, or you're taking your time, or you're letting fear control where you're supposed to go. You're letting the outside forces and the pressure of this 3D world get to you. And it's like, you need to pull from within, because when you pull from within, it's all power, baby. It's all power. It's all facts. This is you. Like, this is your root chakra. Like, strength. Like, you are so powerful. You're meant to help this new world come into being. Like, that's crazy. I know it's scary, but it's like, this is all a part of the transformation. And you might keep yourself in a certain comfort zone, but when you feel pulled to go outside of your comfort zone, I'm going to urge you to just try it at least once and see what happens, because your fears are never as bad as they seem. When you actually are courageous and you actually do what you're fearful of, when you know it's something that's actually going to benefit you, you're going to be very surprised at how good you feel and how empowered you feel and how purposeful you feel. Because purpose is not going to be staying in your comfort zone. It's going to be constantly making yourself uncomfortable when Spirit tells you to be uncomfortable. Making choices that seem unlogical. It doesn't seem logical to your brain. But you got to remember that you're in the 5D a lot of the time. Like, you're meant to live half in this world, half in the 5D. Like, it's not going to be logical when you're in touch with the divine. Your heart and your mind it doesn't work. Like, you can't just cancel out your heart. Your heart will lead. Your heart is meant to lead you, and especially you, because you're meant for some really big things. So for you, it's all about trust. Trusting your guides, your angels, trusting God, truly trusting. When they give you an urge to do something and you know it's from them, it's like, instead of giving yourself anxiety attacks, not doing it, just say, all right, I'm going to trust you. I'm just going to do it. And you're going to be amazed at how you feel and how liberating you feel. And it's just going to be one step after another. It's just take one thing at a time. You don't have to do everything all at once. It's one step at a time out of your comfort zone. So group number 4, that's your soul mission reading. Let me know if this resonates in the comments, and I'll leave my info down below for personal readings. I hope you enjoyed. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their night. Bye.